I had told you that I'll be continuing by my next session. It is about cognitive behavior therapy, which is modern. In a modern aspect, they've changed few things and the techniques or the therapy. I mean, so there are seven techniques in cognitive behavioral therapy. So the first technique is exposure technique or therapy. I mean, so the exposure technique or therapy is accordingly when they think this will suit the client. What they do is if the person is anxious about the crowd or about lizards or anything as such, what their main goal is, they try to expose in a visual aspect, or they ask them to visualize in a way where they have to think and they have to close their eyes and think that they're visualizing that they're present in a crowd and how they are feeling. So exposing in a very slow manner, in a step by step manner, in a precautious way, I mean. And they also expose any aspect or context or object which they are anxious in a face to face manner, but accordingly they take precautions. Example, if the person is scared of lizards, what they do is they may keep in a glass where the lizard won't come out, the lid will be closed properly, and the client will be asked to see it maybe for 2 minutes, and to a distance, like the distance will be more, it won't be too less. The first session will be more of distance will be there, and when the anxiety is reducing, when the therapist feel it's reducing, the anxious level is reduced, they make the person to touch the glass also. So it's like exposing in a right manner, taking precautious measures accordingly. If they think this might not work to the person, the next may be stress inoculation technique. The second technique is stress inoculation technique, that is successfully adapting self to anything as such, like to the stress. Like example, you are trying to focus in a very very precautious manner, and you're prepared for what actually it is. Once you're prepared for the stress, I have told you in my previous videos also, you will be the anxiety or the stress or the negative feel about it will be reduced automatically. So the therapist's main focus in the stress inoculation technique is they try to talk about it more and more, and they allow the client to talk about it more and more, and they make the client mentally, physically and emotionally prepared for the stress which the person will be undergoing. Maybe it is related to any kind of issues. If example if they have if the client has a lot of stress towards his or her job, or studies, or maybe anything related to it, the therapist will make the client talk about it, and will help the client to cope with it. Coping strategies will be applied in stress inoculation. Finally, the main goal is making the client prepared for any kind of issues in a future aspect, and in the present aspect also. It is more about the present, and then it will be helpful for the future. So the third technique is cognitive processing therapy. Cognitive processing therapy is well suited for PTSD, post traumatic stress disorder, and it is more of group talk and traumatic memory, whatever traumatic memory they had. They may have faced, if the client has faced an accident and the client is not able to come out of it, talking will heal, that too in a group, will heal the client more and more. This is focused more in the cognitive processing therapy. So the next therapy is cognitive therapy. The fourth therapy is cognitive therapy. It's like identifying and challenging self. They identify the issue, the therapist identifies the issue and challenge the client, like, okay, this is the behavior you have, and do you think it's right way to think about it? Or example, if the client has a false perception of people, about people, that everyone are bad to me and they hurt me. So this is the thought process of the client. So here the therapist will challenge more and more the client's attitude and asks him or her to reevaluate and understand and modify the behavior. So this is a very very interesting therapy and technique. I mean, cognitive technique helps the client to reflect more on self and understand where he or she is right or where he or she is wrong. So the next fifth technique is relaxation training or relaxation technique. Relaxation technique is more about meditation and breathing. It's of breathing process. When you breathe and inhale and exhale, you are connected to yourself. That's the more and more important aspect of cognitive therapy. So this is another technique, relaxation training. So the sixth technique is dialectical behavior therapy. It's related, it's best suited for mood disorders and self harm triggers. I mean, if a person is made understood about the triggers, it will help the person to come out of the triggers, or the next problem, or the consequences, I mean, what the person will be facing. Example, in this technique what they do is they will ask the client, when, example, when are you feeling angry? The client may say, when I see this kind of a person, when I see my boss, I feel angry. Maybe I'm giving an example. So what happens here, the therapist is telling that the trigger will be the boss here, and here the coping mechanism, and how, example, you can't slap your boss, but what else can you do? So in this way the therapist asks questions and make the client understand how he can cope with it in a right and in a positive manner, without harming self or without harming the boss over there. So here the triggers will be identified in a right way, and then how to deal with the consequences will be taught or will be given guidance to the client. The last technique or the strategy is acceptance and commitment therapy. Acceptance and commitment therapy is also my favorite, I can say, because once you accept that things are like this in my life, and commitment, well, once you accept, you commit. Okay, I commit to change my behavior. Once you commit to any kind of modifying positively, many good changes happens in your life. So it's more related to mindfulness, self reflection and introspection of self. So this is my favorite therapy, and I do this often in my therapy, in my therapy sessions also. This will help the person to reflect on self and progress more and more, because once you understand yourself more and more better, it's good, where you know your drawbacks, you know your positives, you know your triggers, you know what will be the consequences, you know how to deal with any situation, you know how to deal with the people around you. So I will again glance all the seven techniques. The first technique is exposure therapy, the second technique is stress inoculation, and the third is cognitive processing therapy, and the fourth is cognitive therapy, and the fifth is relaxation training, and the sixth is dialectical behavior therapy, and the last is acceptance and commitment therapy. So I hope you all got a glance about the therapies and techniques, and if whatever I've explained, if you think it may help you, and you can read more articles related to it, and it may help you in a ways if you actually meet a therapist if you have any issues, because here I just give an introduction about all therapies and techniques, and what actually you should do and how you have to be prepared when you attend a session. Because in case you meet a therapist who is not knowledgeable about all these things, you understand, okay, this person is actually not helping me out. So this video will help you understand what actually is the session more about, and how you have to be prepared about yourself, and how you have to accept things and how you have to modify your behavior. So thanks for watching my video. Keep watching, keep sharing, and keep commenting. If any questions you want to ask me, you can comment in any video. I will get the notification, and if it will help you, I will be very much prepared to make another video if you have any questions related to it, or any other questions related to psychological issues. Thanks again for watching my video.